Hey, before you watch, I just want to let you know that I'm stupid and I made the quality of the recording really, really bad. So hopefully you can just put this on in the background while you draw or something. Just don't look at the screen all that much. Okay? Now you're gonna get flashbanged with awful quality. Bye.
Hello, every pony. I've been seeing Draw With Me's everywhere, and I really just want to post things other than animations because literally posting finished content is like hell on earth. I thought I'd do a Draw With Me, and I got like a reference. I'm not feeling particularly inspired. If you're an artist, you'll know the feeling of being like, oh my god, I need to draw this immediately. I'm not feeling like that. I just need to get something on the page. I've been meaning to do more digital art. I've got a new setup, so yeah. A little bit of a jump scare warning. It's not like super scary or anything, but like it's a little bit unsettling. I'm sure if you've been on Pinterest, then you've seen this in some places, but I really like the like shape and color of the mouth, so I really would like to reference from that. Okay, I don't exactly know what to do. I'm probably gonna do an OC, not exactly like an OC, but just like some art of like a character. What should I do my sketch in? I don't have a consistent process. Like, I draw things differently like every time, which is kind of like not great. It's got some nice cheekbones. Maybe I could do something like furry like if I put the eyes on the side of the head instead. No, I want to do something humanoid because we've got that really nice nose that I want to reference the shading from. Okay, that's a little bit too heavy on the lower jaw for me, though that is exactly what the reference is like. So maybe I'll just have to get used to that sort of visual discrepancy. Okay, I'm gonna go quiet and draw now. Something about me really just wants to keep this bald, but I might have to add some. Oh, it could be like fur. I can't keep drawing furries. I need to do something. But it could be. Hold on. Let me pull up some references. Maybe it could be like. What's the artist's name? The Mad K artist. I'll put something on screen. That's sort of adjacent where it's not quite. It is like furry art, but it's humanoid enough. It doesn't have like snouts often in their work. So, but it's very focused on the eyes because it is like a manga-like style. But maybe I could try that in the nose. Yeah, like that. Maybe we could do horns. Ugh. Okay, but like what kind? Like down, nah. Like this? Okay, it's something. Ooh, the neck is really freaking me out. Like, not freaking me out, but like looks difficult. So if I just make it thick with like shit tons of fur. You know what? I like the idea of the design, but I think I have a much better idea for what to use this reference for. Because I'm not in the mood for drawing furries right now. That's just not my thing right now. I could use this as like, you know, when people draw torsos with a mouth, kind of like King from Deltarune. Okay, let me. That's the rib cage. Here's the pelvis. So maybe if we interpreted those cheekbones kind of like the same curve as the rib cage. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I think I'm a fan of that. And then where the pelvis kind of protrudes is where the. Ooh, I like that a lot. Is where the bottom, like, sharp teeth are. I don't know the names. When the other indicative features are added, I want the mouth to still stand as, like, interpretable as a mouth, but it's the other features that make it look like a human body with a mouth. I definitely need an arm here to balance out a sort of composition. Maybe the hair here. Hair of who? I don't fucking know. I don't know who this is. This one, anatomically, it would need to be here. But then whenever I draw arms behind the torso like this, it always, the phrase "dig in your butt twin" pops into mind. Oh my god. So I don't want to do the dig in your butt twin pose. So maybe like hand kind of resting on the hip. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's more dynamic. I like that. It would be a nice part of the silhouette if the ear was there. But I don't know. I could just substitute that for just some hair. Oh, and I can't make this naked. It's TOS, so I'll have to... So long hair will have to work to put it over the bits. And then... But then what about the crotch? Shit. I'll figure it out. But I'm actually pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to use this brush, like with no line weight, to do like some of the like honing in on the details, because I don't want to do anything like with much depth just to get lines down. That's not an interesting eye shape. Let me there we go. That's a little bit more interesting. It doesn't fit the angle, but I'll make it fit. I kind of want her to be like calm, disconcerting. I've had a character like concept that I've put down in sketchbooks that of like a calm / disconcerting sort of character, and they had really big blown pupils like this. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Ooh, that's freaky. I like that a lot. And so I think a closed smile with this look would be best. No? Because if it's like an open smile, then it's a little bit too much on the crazy side. Though open smiles with like teeth like that, I fuck with heavy, but that's a little bit much, I think. So I'm just gonna go with this. I'm really just doing whatever the fuck, huh? She looks a little bit like a frog, but I think that's just because her eyes are so far apart. Wait. That's not... Oh my god, this program. I'm still not used to it, and I've been using it for months. Good enough, bruh. I want her to kind of have that look where it's like hair is like really flat and it's either really greasy or it's like thinning. And it's kind of just over her face and it's growing everywhere. It's kind of like that look of the... This is gonna sound so stupid. Of the late stage infection AU ponies. Don't question it, but if you get it, you get it. Okay, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. Nobody was waiting for this except for me, bro, but anyway. I want these to be a bit more dynamic, so might not be extremely accurate in terms of angles and the teeth. It kind of reminds me of the way that snakes, their teeth kind of come out like this. It's like... Oh, I love snakes. They're so cute. Oh my god. Okay, but anyway. What sucks is that there's no reference for the teeth going inward here, but maybe I can help cover it up with the tongue, but I'm just gonna put these in for now, but like make them the fuck up. Holy fuck, those aren't even teeth, but whatever. That's decent. It's meant to curve inward. Okay, that's decent. I'm actually quite a fan of that. But then it's got this, like, really... I won't say it, but it looks like a organ that some of us possess. But I think it looks really cool. I have no idea what it's based on. Obviously, we humans can't open our mouth to that extent to reveal what it would look like, but does it look like that? I don't think so. I don't think it has, like, lips, if you know what I mean. And also it's got these, like, go outputs, and I think that's just because of the, like, need for practical effects, because this is obviously an animatronic. Like, for when it actually needs to be in use, it's just for, like, the practicality of making it look good. But I think that it's just a really cool shape, and it kind of works around the pelvis if I make it bigger like I intended it to be. Like this. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Except I need to expose these gums just a little bit more. Ooh, it kind of looks like a dog's snout where, like, look, this is the nose, then the whiskers would be here. Like, it's snarling like that. Ooh, I really like that. Fuck, I forgot to erase the stupid dog nose that I was indicating. Fuck. That's not an anatomically incorrect rib, but do I care? No. The fuck am I doing? I need to study anatomy. But whatever, it's fine. Whatever makes my drawing look dynamic is the correct answer. We're gonna pretend that the hands aren't a problem right now. That's, like, this entire drawing so far. It's just like, we're gonna pretend that none of this matters. Because does it really matter at the end of the day? Like, yeah, this needs a liquefied tool desperately. This rib cage is so massive. And I know from people, like, that I know that I've observed it. This sounds so weird, but if you're an artist, you'll know, like, how... Oh my god, this makes the lines so blurred. How you, like, look at other people's differences in anatomy and be like, I didn't know that that could be so diverse. So I know people with larger rib cages, and I noticed that, and I'm like, oh wow, I can draw some people with a larger or thinner or whatever rib cage, and it's just, like, something to think about. So if you're my friend IRL, I'm constantly observing your anatomy. I'm sorry. She looks a lot more masculine with her head shrunk, but I think that's just because it makes her shoulders wider in proportion. But you know what? Non-binary bitches these days. Should I just crop it there? Like, leave the hips just on... Because I can't draw the bits, you know what I'm saying? If I bend this arm, then the composition won't be too bad. Holy fuck, that's a thin arm, but whatever. Like that, and maybe if I rotate this entire thing. Yeah. That's not too bad. I quite like that. I can do this. I can work with this. Though this is a bit low down for it to be the focus of the piece, and the rib cage is a little bit too long, so I might just do that quickly. Just a bit. I don't know what the fuck kind of process I'm going to do this round, but I kind of want to block in, like... I kind of want to block in some values and then just fuck with the color via, like... what do you call it? Not posturization, but, gradient maps? Maybe? I've been studying the face lots and lots and lots recently. If you count how many, like, just quick face studies that, like, from line of action, not even detailed studies, I've done, in the last, like, 2 days, it's, like, 20, which might not sound like a lot to some of you who are, like, super uber fast. I tried to set the time to, like, 3 minutes a drawing, and I was like, fuck that, I'm not at that level quite yet. And then I tried 5 minutes, and I was like, doable. And at some point I just stopped trying to do the time and just, like, paused the timer and just did whatever the hell. It was valuable studying, I will say that. Ooh, I'm really liking this. It's kind of like really dramatic lighting, which I'm a big fan of right now. And I never do stuff like this. I kind of focus on the, like, traditional way that people do, like, digital art, where it's line art and coloring, you know what I mean? I've kind of been doing more of that recently, but if I just make it more value focused, I need to zoom out, value focused rather than, like, shape focused, like shapes in terms of color rather than shapes in terms of lines. I don't know. Y'all, the real ones will get it. That's all that matters. I never talk about my drawing process, like, out loud, and so I'm gonna be so annoying when I'm like, this value, this hue, this saturation, when I really just don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I've studied it, I've gotten pretty good grades, and I've done years of work doing this, but at the end of the day, what the fuck am I doing, bro? I say, like, years of studying, and then my art still looks like ass, like, I need to go more general in my block shading here. I need to block out, like, entire sections. And then maybe emphasize... Okay, I'm gonna need my eraser. Emphasize the shapes of the rib cage going in here. Then emphasize the breast over here. You know what this is kind of reminding me of? It's an awful comparison because I'll never live up to that sort of standard. But kind of the sharp shading and blocking kind of reminds me of the Hades visuals of, like, the characters. Actually, maybe I could pull up some of those as, like, a reference. Like, holy shit, I'm actually cooking. Who would suit this the best? Oh my god. Aphrodite. There we go. Because it's like, she's, like, basically fully naked except for the hair. I could definitely take some inspiration from the hair for this. Ooh. Hell yeah. I've been so Hades pilled recently. I almost beat that game. I almost beat it. Hades pilled and hasn't even beat the game. Fake fan alert. I'm sorry. It's difficult. And I suck at video games. They're like... They're so brave with their block shading in this. This is like... I can't draw over top the references, but this entire, like, section here is just completely shaded out. I would have gone with the entire, like, arm here, and this over here as well is entirely shaded in with, like, one color. I would be too afraid for it to be flat or boring with that, but maybe I can learn a little bit and stop overthinking my values so much. Yeah, actually that helped a lot. What the hell? Okay. If you don't even know... Sorry, that sounds rude. If you don't know Hades, the second game came out recently. I think I got into it about when the second game came out. I didn't know that the second game came out. I just got it as a recommendation from someone I know, and this person has peak fucking taste, and once again they delivered. And then I started, like, biting it and ripping it apart with my teeth because it's so beautiful and so well made and it's amazing. And oh my god, Darren Korb, his voice crack, his music, don't even speak to me. Oh my goodness, he needs to die immediately. He's way too talented. Like, as a musician myself, oh my god, why? Like, I want that talent so badly. But at the same time, let's just appreciate the music, gang. Don't ever die, Darren Korb. Love you. Mwah. Reply to my DM. Oh my god, Hades music would go so hard over this video. Unfortunately, it's all like super mega copyrighted. So if I ever like reach the monetization, like meet the criteria, then I will not be able to do anything with this video. So I hope you enjoy copyright free music. These bottom teeth are a little bit fucked up in terms of value. Stop saying value, I swear to god. I predicted that I was going to be annoying about artist terms. There are two values. Stop talking about value. This I feel like I can keep just as the hip. But as a treat. I just want to shade this hip as a treat. I fucked it up, never mind. I don't deserve the treat. I'm not gonna do entirely cel-shading. Cel-shading isn't really my thing. Because it's clearly cel-shading here on the Hades things, which I'm always in awe of how they manage to use that cel-shading. And those colors are so brave. Like, I don't know how else to describe them other than brave. Like, I would not use those because I would be too scared to fuck it up. But they make it look so good. Like, I really, oh my god. So, okay. And everything is, like, simplified so well, but there's also so many complex elements. I'm just gonna be gushing over Hades art in this. I don't even know who the artist is, I should hop on that, but, like, the body is so, like, so simplified. Like, look at this, it's just, like, one straight line, basically. But then, look at this jewelry. Wow. And that, like, dichotomy, which is, I feel like only fucking dweebs use that word, but I'm being a dweeb white now. I'm being a dweeb white now. So, but, like, the dichotomy between, like, the simple shapes and the complex ones is so yummy. Oh my goodness. Okay, time to flip this, and then figure out these even more. I also don't know what's happening over here. Like, there's another hip, I think, but, like, what's happening anatomically? Is she just thick as fuck? I mean, no hate, of course, diva, but, like, what is happening? I think what I might do is, okay, I don't have a clue. I want to get some lighter values in so that it isn't just cel shading, which, hey, obviously if I'm getting inspired by the Hades shading style, it's gonna look cel shading adjacent, but that's also just not my thing. And maybe I can use the lighter color to separate some of these things. Like, is the hair darker than the skin is the real question. I think that the skin should be lighter just for that contrast, like for here. Also, I'm finally going in with those eye shapes. Hell yeah. There we go. Like, you see this? Actually, I really like that. I really like that. I'm gonna keep doing this. I think it'll go well. Watch me absolutely regret it. I should not have said that. You know what my, like, favorite part of the face is? It's these, like, parts around the mouth that's kind of, like... Castlevania, the original Netflix series, does a really good job of exaggerating this. It's a combination of, like, fat deposits and different muscles in the face that kind of get that shape, I think, but I might be completely and utterly wrong. But if you know what I'm executing it awfully, but if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. I never know how to shade the sternum, because it's, like, flat, but also sometimes it, like, protrudes, but does it really? But, like, if it's just flat, then what do I do with that? I don't understand.
I'm really excited to get to those teeth, but I must restrain myself. I must put love and care into these parts first. Ooh, gum highlights. Oh, yummy, 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 yummy. The teeth highlights generally will be very small, but I think I'm going to do like the extremely like significant highlights like much later. Damn, this mouth is fucking big, bro. I didn't realize how low down it was. I love it when people shade thighs like that with the like glisten. Maybe I'm just down bad, but whatever. Okay, I think that's good for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group these all together. Yeah, that works. And then my background, I really wanted to do something red today. So, there we go. So, technically, the complementary color will be green. However, I don't really like green that much. So I'm just gonna tweak it, figure out what's happening. Maybe I can make this a little bit, like, more desaturated so I could... nah, I like the bright red. It contrasts really nicely. But anyway, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's a gradient map. That's right. There we go. And then a little something else, but I can add that while I'm rendering this. Okay. Now this kind of looks like ass right now. Ooh, I could lasso tool up in this bitch. That's like the entirety of the Hades art style. I can lasso tool up in this bitch. I keep saying this isn't a Hades art style thing. Okay, man. Who are you gonna fool? What I'm really not fucking with right now is how much those highlights are, like, they stand out. I was trying to be light with my brush strokes, but apparently it wasn't light enough. Okay, I need to do something about these colors. What I need to do is I need to take my midtone, which is that, but I'm gonna saturate it a little bit more, to... Okay. Actually, putting in midtones is like one of my favorite things to do when I'm like painting or anything with like value focused, like not just, I don't know, y'all know what I'm talking about, hopefully. Anything that's like, it's got a lot of depth, I love. Or any tones, there we go. Anything that has any tones, I am all over those midtones, like that. That was amazing. It's not anatomically correct. Fuck. Whatever. I haven't been doing much hatching in this, but I don't know if it's the piece that suits hatching the best. Whatever. I mean, it's like, I do lines in order to get it in, but there's not a lot of space between my lines that makes it hatching. You know, it's more just like solid blocking, I guess. But maybe I am hatching and I'm just wrong. Bringing in that reflective light was probably a mistake. It's like not reflective and I didn't have tones deep enough that it like came off as intended. But can't take that back now. Oh my god, that reminds me. I was over at someone's house and then some sibling of theirs had friend over to play Magic the Gathering. It was really interesting. I loved learning about it. I just sort of sat there as the only AFAB person just watching these fucking guys. Well, not all of them were guys, if you know what I'm saying. The stereotype of Magic the Gathering players are real. But I was just sort of sitting around and learning about it, and it was extremely interesting
but this guy kept referring to everyone as my good sir and sir. He's like, 2 damage to you, my good sir. And I was like, oh my god. And then he started talking about Reddit, and I was like, oh my god. Like, this is such a stereotype. And also, they made fun of me a little bit, which made me upset. But it was nice while I was authentically getting told about Magic the Gathering. But they kind of stopped trying and just wanted to play their fucking game. Which is understandable. I just thought that it would be like, if somebody came up to me while I was doing something I really like, I would be so extremely pumped to explain it to them. So I thought it could be a cool way for them to be passionate about what they like and for me to learn something new, because I've been surrounded by magic for a little bit. But I've never known anything about the actual, like, game. So I thought it would be nice to learn, but apparently fucking not. They they didn't say anything mean or do anything, like, particularly abhorrent, but it was like, they showed me some stuff and then just ignored me through this all the time. And so I had to just sort of pick up little tidbits as they were playing. That was like, obviously they had knowledge of what the cards were, and I was not about to walk around the table and read everyone's card. So there were some things where I just didn't know what it did, and then everyone would be like, oh shucks. And I'd be like, what the fuck does that do? And I just have to gather it from the from the magic gathering. Who up gathering they magic right now. Also, I love the way that this is kind of coming together. I was like really dreading it, but it's actually managed to look quite nice. I'll bring in some of those light to mid tones, but especially this section over here, really like how that's coming out. Like how the mid tones of the hair is interacting with the others. Wonder what editing this is gonna be like, but God, I don't want to think about that. I'm not gonna think about that. I don't know if anyone even likes my art enough to look at this and be like, yeah, I would watch a video of that being made. It's like, not to get like all depressing or anything, but it's like, is my art really at the level where people care about how it's being made, you know? Like, I don't think it's just quite there yet. Like, some pieces maybe, but my digital pieces, nuh-uh. I like my paintings maybe, but I've been trying to get a little bit more digital pilled, trying lots of techniques that are different from my usual workflow like this, to like figure out something that works nicely for me so that I can get on that digital art grind and get some freaking commissions. But anyway, that's not what this video is here for, I guess. It's just, I wanted to upload something long form, and I don't ever do that, and drawing is something I do all the time, so why not record that and then make something out of it, you know? And Draw With Me's have been doing pretty okay on YouTube, but it's just like, Draw With Me's of people, like, being actually good at what they do, so I don't know, maybe there's an untapped market out there of people who suck at drawing, and then people just watch them doing Draw With Me's and being like, that's great, honey. The darker red tone that I was talking about might be good for like some line art type stuff, but like a deep red so that I can use it for maybe like some blood. Maybe this? I think that could work. Let me just put you here so I don't forget about it. Okay, kind of time for the deepish color. I don't know, I'm just hoping it will help a little bit. Let's see how this goes. I'm making a new layer in case it's a disaster, but ooh, actually it might not be. I'm tired. I don't want to draw this anymore. I think that this helps a lot. Yeah, look at that. Might make this even darker. Doesn't have to be blood, but just something darker to fix this a little bit. I'm really happy with how that mouth is looking. Wow. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's good. I really like how that looks. Okay, maybe I do want to finish this drawing. Dude, this freaking red came in clutch. Now I actually want to, like, do this drawing. I think what's fucking me up is what I wanted to be reflective light, and now it's just sort of this cyan that's kind of just getting in the way. But I can make it work. I can make it work. The fact that it's there is going to be an opportunity. Trust. You know what I need to do? Okay, so I originally watched this for just like background noise while like drawing, animating, whatever I was doing. But that one Minecraft ARG, if you can call it that, that's like, it has like Avery in it. He's got this cute little slime skin. It's actually, it got much more popular than I thought it would. I watched like a video analysis on it, as one does. You know, find really long video about analyzing an ARG, put it on draw, forget about it. The internet did not forget. I've been getting like fandom content for this Minecraft ARG on my feed. I'm kind of living for it. It kind of like makes me feel refreshed. Also, I shouldn't be doing this line work on this lighter side of the drawing, but whatever. Makes me feel a little bit refreshed to see like Minecraft fan art. And what will always be nice to me about like Minecraft fandom is interpreting the skins and then making them just whatever the fuck. It's so like fun. I haven't done it myself yet, but if any of you are a fan of whatever that is, I forget the name, I'll put it up, and you want me to design some of the little guys I'm really excited about a potential Avery design, then hit me up. Just tell me, Blaze. But then that redesign video would also have to be a video of me just rediscovering what this series is about, because I forgot. I remember the like grass block and the hopper situation. Like, holy cow, that's some Light Yagami bullshit. Actually, Light Yagami did it worse type. You know, this is gonna be a controversial take. I think Death Note is great in concept, but he was so annoying. And it's accurate to, like, if a teenager of his caliber got a control of the Death Note, and it's accurate, and he thinks he's all that. But I cannot watch that show and deal with him thinking that he's all that. But it's like, it's upsetting because it's such a beautiful show and it's got like such amazing imagery, and Light Yagami is based off of Gact, and I love Gact. That's probably a rumor, but I choose to believe it because I like Gact. Oh my god, I'm tired of this fucking drawing. I got excited doing the light on it because it helped the piece a lot, but now I have to do the rest. And I'm like, oh my god, there's so much work. Maybe if I bring in some lasso tool, it could be a cool stylistic choice, and it could also help me do less work. Oh yes, I was speaking about the Minecraft ARG, because I'm a fucking loser. But, it's like, if I were to do any sort of designing, then I would have to relearn what the entire series is about, and consume fandom content to see what people's general interpretation of, like, these characters are, which I don't know if it's an amazing thing to do, but it's what I want to do. I don't want to be there for the content, I want to be there for the fandom. And I might sound kind of shit to some people, like, what is the fandom if you don't enjoy the content? But it's like, I don't know how to explain it. If you get it, you get it, then if not, then you don't. Kinda like how this is coming out. I just wish that I had stuff just a little bit more defined, but whatever. I might mess with some filters and things and then leave this scene. There's a lot that I wanted to do, but I don't know, so much work. This is why I can't finish projects. I like how there's soft shading and quite hard shading. That was such a necessary block of color. Oh my god, that fixed like every issue with this entire drawing. Maybe some spit. Ooh, yeah. Why did I not do that in the first place? Like, ooh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, that's nice. You know, I'm happy with the drawing itself. It looks okay. Is it what I was... Was it what I was originally going for? Probably not, but there are parts that I'm happy with. I like the face. It's a little bit unfinished looking, but as long as you can look at it and be like, wow, that sure is a face of somewhat quality, then we're fine. Now I just need to, like, crop this down, add some whatever the hell. Actually, maybe a pattern on the image, because I've had these brushes for ages. What the fuck, a wasp just flew by me. That was terrifying. Did you hear that? Anyway, some black might be nice. Yeah, just going with the lasso tool with the erase on. That's not what I asked for. And then I can get some nice actual like shapes out of it that outline the silhouette a little bit. I'm just bullshitting to hope that it looks good and add some visual interest. That's pretty nice, actually. I like that. This is unlike any of the art that I currently do. But whatever. Having a wide range is good in terms of art skill, but if I want people to fucking commission me, then I need a pretty consistent style. But whatever, who said that? I don't care, la 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 la. Maybe I can do some little like doodly bits with the no line weight pen. Like these whole things, you know. I should have done circles instead of stars at all. Actually, I'm gonna undo the stars then. Yeah, some nice little circles. Sorry if you like the stars, I like circles and dots more. Sorry. It's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with that. I just need to crop it down. Maybe I can add like a rim, and that will fix everything. That's a little too shaky. I like my rims being shaky and like having fun little things like this. I do it often in my sketchbook, but I've never really done it on digital. But anyway, my horizontal lines are my worst. But that's pretty nice. I like that rim a lot. Okay, I think that this is it. I'm not good at like doing art that gains online attention unless it's like fan art for trending stuff, which is like I don't want to go out of my way to do that. But yeah, here's this. I might make some tweaks. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. I need to make some highlights. But let me know if you want to see more stuff like this, because I would be happy to document what I draw and sort of just like pump out something easy to kind of make. Let me know what you think about the idea of designing some like Minecraft skins into like more characters, and whether you'd like to see something like this but in traditional. And yeah, let me know if this art is shit or not.